upcoming episode, I'm going to be talking about what you get with a free Microsoft account and what you don't. And so right now you are in your account, logged in. And so you're going to see a bunch of stuff like subscriptions, payments, devices. Don't even panic about that. This video is a quick, clear tutorial of what a free Microsoft account actually includes and what these menu items mean and what you can safely ignore. So the first thing we're looking at right now is we are in our account, and you'll see that at the top. And then you're going to notice there's a blue button that says Get Microsoft 365. And this is how you know that you don't have a paid version of Microsoft. So now we're going to go take a look at the left-hand sidebar and just kind of talk about a few of these things here. So right now we're on the account menu, and this is what you're seeing here in the right-hand sidebar. So when you click on an item on the left-hand side, then the contents of the menu will then show up on the right-hand side. And in this case, you're going to notice when I click on Your Info, it's showing you information about who you are, what your email address is, and things like that. And then, of course, if you go to subscriptions, this is where Microsoft 365 would show up if you ever decide to pay for it. You're going to notice here on my screen right now, it's showing that you can try it for free. You're also noticing that there's a Microsoft storage here that's showing up, and it's showing that you get like 5 gigabytes total storage on this free account. And right now I'm using 0.6 gigabytes of storage. Okay. Then if you go to like devices, the devices would show any of your devices that's connected to the system. And you're going to notice that mine is showing up to register a device. So, of course, I don't have any devices registered. But once you begin to start using the system, when you start purchasing things, this is where you'll start building on these various menu areas here. Now, when I click on the security, because, security is going to show up wanting me to, verify who I am. And I'm not going to do that here. But right now, if I click on security, just to get to this screen, I need to send a notification so that the computer can verify who I am, because I could be anybody trying to get in to the security settings on this screen, on this system. And this, I'm going to just forego doing this right now because I'm going to be doing a whole nother video about security and privacy, in another video. So we're not going to even touch on that right now. But just be on the lookout for one of that video that I'll be doing later on. And then, you've got I'm going to go on down to order history, because the same thing's going to happen with privacy. So just be on the lookout for those videos covering those two topics later. But if I go to order history, this is a list of purchases that's connected to your account that's related to apps, subscriptions, hardware, and stuff like that. So if you haven't bought anything, it's usually going to be empty. And as you can see, mine has nothing in there. And then if you go to payment options, under payment options, this is where you're going to set up your credit card and everything with your system when you start buying the applications or different services associated with Microsoft. So if you start getting emails saying that, your payment has been denied and stuff like that, when you come into your Microsoft account and then you notice, hey, look, there's nothing here that says that, I don't even have a payment account set up. But under here, the payment account is acting the same as the security and privacy. So, I'm not going to, deviate to show you what that looks like right now, because, again, look at that video when we're talking about that. We're going to go back, and now we're going to come back over here to the address book. Okay, so under your address book, these are your, this is the area where you will keep all of your contacts. So it's mainly useful if you use Outlook or Microsoft services that store contacts. Okay, so that's what this looks like. This is what you're looking at right now. So here's the simplest way to understand Microsoft. Your Microsoft account where you're at right now is your identity. And then Microsoft 365 is the paid subscription that adds desktop apps and extra features. So, with a free Microsoft account, you can still do a lot. You can sign into Microsoft services. You can use OneDrive storage, the free tier. Use Microsoft 365 web apps like Word and Excel in a browser. And use Microsoft Store, as well as manage your security and privacy settings. So, what you don't automatically get on a free account is the installed desktop applications, which would be the full versions of Word and Excel that are directly installed on your computer. Unless, of course, you already have a paid plan or a licensed version through work or school under a different account. So in the next video, I'm going to show you the free web version of Microsoft 365 so you can see what's available right now without paying. Then later, we'll talk about when it makes sense to upgrade. So if this dashboard ever makes you feel lost, just remember it's an account control panel, not a to-do list. So I hope these tips were helpful about this account and getting your feet wet and understanding just what this is on the screen. Thank you so much for tuning into my presentation. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.